In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Crypto fam, it's your boys, CryptoKeeper, and we have a guest on the oh, wait a minute. No. He's not a guest.
I'm back, baby.
We just haven't seen him for a few days, guys. BlockchainCrusader, Miguel is in the house. Miguel, I want to tell you right off the bat, bro, in front of everybody, congratulations, dude. You are the brand new winner. You are the winner of a brand new baby. Dude, congrats.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's been a crazy experience so far.
Dude, I know it will continue to. I got to tell you, it's funny. My daughter is almost 8 months old. You have your baby. Zach Rector just had a baby the other day. Free just had another baby today. And actually, Zach texted me and said, yeah, man, that's so. I was telling him exactly what I just said. He said, yeah, man, that's so crazy. And my response was like, I know you and Miguel got laid in the same year. That's freaking nuts, dude. I couldn't get over it. So no, dude, I'm excited for you. That's awesome. You want to share at least with the chat what you had, boy, girl? What's the
girl?
Detail?
It was a girl. It was a girl. Yes,
Miguel
sir.
and I are both girl dads now. Heck yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I always wanted to be a ladies' man. Just never thought it was gonna be like this.
That's fantastic, dude. I'm excited. Well, crypto fam, listen, if it's your first time here, make sure that you smash the likes, or even listen, if it's not your first time here, you better really hit the likes. But if it is your first time here, smash a like, let YouTube know that you love us, that you guys appreciate what we're doing over here. Also, if you're in the live stream and you're having trouble, like, hey, where's the freaking like? If you're on mobile, just X out of the live chat, boom, hit the like, and then you can come right back in. Also, guys, just a couple reminders real quick, trying to keep the lights on here on the show. We are currently with Femex. We've got a deal going where the next, and I don't know how many people have already done it, but it was basically the first 50 people. We just started this recently to sign up over at Femex and just make a deposit. Doesn't matter how much, right? And you can spot trade over there too. So don't think that we're just talking leverage trading, okay? We're talking you can spot trade as well. There's a bunch of assets that everybody always asks about, including XRP that you can buy over there. But yeah, all you have to do is make a deposit. And if you make a deposit, you get a free 20 bucks. So if you guys want a free 20 bucks, use our Femex code. It is down below in the info.
Free 20 bucks you can use to practice how to leverage trade.
Yeah. And you check, basically practice with that 20 bucks. That's right. Also, guys, we are giving away a free year of a full year, I should say, for free of Market Cipher. You've got to be not just a subscriber to the channel here, but also in our academy. Guys, if you're in the DCA fam, drop your links. I know you guys got them. Everybody's got a bunch of discount links over here in the chat. So if you've been thinking about joining and you've been kind of kicking the idea around, listen, sign up tonight. Tomorrow we have, as always, we do on Sundays, we have our private seminar. Sign up tonight, get a private seminar tomorrow. And if we haven't earned your business tonight and tomorrow, well, then guess what? You paid 59 bucks and you got a freaking awesome seminar and a whole bunch of info, a whole bunch of stuff, Crypto 101, all of that right off the bat. So, hey, just an idea. Miguel, I do want to throw something out here real quick. Daniel says, congrats. I have 10 children. Oh, my God.
Oh, my.
Oh, wow. Like,
dude, you're literally a tiger, bro. You're a tiger because holy smokes, dude. 10 children.
Your profile pic is very accurate. You are the cat monster. You know what I'm saying? I can't say it on here. Family friendly, right? Got the cat in the background. Yeah. Okay. I didn't even. Sorry, that was my attempt at being funny. But yeah, guys, so we are super happy to have everybody. Let's take a look over at the crypto markets. Let's get into it. I think you guys already know what's kind of going on here, but let's take a little look here. So we've got the entire crypto market again today down 4.14%. We're at 1.63 trillion. Miguel, can you believe we've literally almost lost $1.5 trillion? We literally are basically down 50% from all-time highs.
Oh no, now 50% discount. Oh no, guys, this is terrible.
So Bitcoin's down 3.25, ETH down 6.17, BNB down a little bit over 5, Cardano about 4.5, Solana has been getting pounded. Pounded. We'll use that term. Down 11.27, XRP down at 60 cents. Terra is again doing its own thing, but it is down 22% on the week. And then Dogecoin sneaking into the top 10 at 13 cents. So yeah, guys, I mean, nothing to be surprised about there. Let's actually take a look at Market Cypher real quick and see if there's anything brewing, if there's anything cooking over on Market Cypher. So check it out. So we have got the daily hold up here. Let me zoom in here first. Well, guys, no surprise there on the daily. We have got a big red candle from yesterday, and then a small red candle
Wait a
today.
minute. Wait a minute.
That?
I'm seeing something here. You see that little bit of green, guys? We're coming back. That's it, baby. It's over.
Right here.
We're on the way back up, here, baby.
And then yeah, guys. So let's take a look at the 4 hour, see if anything's going on there. Yeah, not a whole lot, not a whole lot at all. Whoopsie. Yeah, there's just not much going on. But let me show you guys something so that we can kind of analyze this. I'm going to take us back to the daily.
Quick shout out before you get to that point. Yep. Clifton with the super chat. We greatly appreciate it. Says, I bought a one-on-one with Nick, worth every penny. Great conversation. Thank you, Clifton. We greatly appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, we do one-on-ones as well, guys, and that's on our website as well. All that info to get on the website is down below. So check this out, guys. Okay, if we go all the way back, Miguel, can you see okay? Can you at least see what I'm doing here? I mean, you can, or do I need to zoom in?
If you could zoom in, that'd be nice, but you can see it.
Is that better? What I just did?
Yeah, it's about the same.
I mean, I just zoomed in twice. Here we go. That's about here. Let me see here.
You don't want to zoom in too much. There you go. That's better.
That's as good as I can do. Okay. So check this out, guys. So we have, going back to essentially August, we have this massive we're on the daily, right? We have this massive head and shoulders. Okay. Now, little edumacation here, right?
I mean, I just want to say, if you think that's massive, then you know.
Well, I mean, I could make it look like I could make it look a lot bigger.
It's a grower, not a shower.
we could really make this thing grow. Okay, I mean, come on now. Oh man. So yeah, we'll leave that one alone. But hey, guys, listen. So on head and shoulders, check this out. So this is how this works. You have the neckline, okay, and the neckline on this is about right here. Okay, so that's essentially where the shoulder hits. This is a neckline, and so what we'll do is what you'll do to kind of measure a head and shoulders is a bearish pattern. We just broke that. We have broke down from that pattern, right? And so what you'll do is you'll measure from essentially the peak of the head down to the neckline, okay, and then we will take that and we will move it down. And guys, I hate to tell you, if this does, now again, this is very, we are estimating here. This is a very, very, very not precise way to do this, but 24.55 looks like technically, right? The target for if we do indeed brown, we are breaking down all the way down into that area right there. And that is here. Let me tell you what that is. No bueno, right?
I mean, it's no bueno, but we've been there, done that. It's not the end, guys. It's not the end. It's one of those times where you need to refocus the lens, right? And it's like zoom out, right? You hear that a lot. People talking about zooming out, and that's why, right? 28,000. That sounds like terrible right now because we're at 35. And you don't want to drop to 28. But that is also, in hindsight, 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, you're going to say, man, Bitcoin went down to 28,000 twice.
Yep.
and I didn't even think about buying because I was so afraid of what was happening in the markets, and not just buying Bitcoin, but Bitcoin being at 28 gives you great opportunities for altcoins. Right? All the other altcoins drop a lot more. So,
but keep in mind though, guys, when Miguel says that it's a great opportunity for alts, that's assuming that we do turn back around, and that's assuming that you're into an altcoin that's ultimately going to stick around. That's going to be something like a Chainlink, something like Ethereum, something like Solana, things like that. They're the super small alts, guys. You got to be really careful with. And I actually really like this. Check this out. So Sean's always got good comments coming into the chat. I always see Sean with some really good comments. People need to do some serious soul searching. Every relationship has its ups and downs. Ask yourself, are you just having a fling with BTC, or are you in it for the long haul? Dude, you know, it's funny. I talk about ETH. Yeah, I talk about ETH as being my girlfriend, and you know, that's not a fling. That's a long-term thing. It's something my wife just has come to grips with, right? And you know, she just has to deal with that. But yeah, it all joking aside, Miguel and I are in this for the long haul, and the question becomes, is that what you're doing? Because if that's what you are doing, it is one of two things is happening right now. One, it just sucks, and you don't have you know, powder, fresh powder on the side. You don't have money to you know, continue to invest, and it's like, well, you know what, I didn't have an opportunity to, you know, invest some more. Or the second thing is you look at it as an opportunity, and even if it's not right this second, maybe you wait for some confirmation, because there is a lot of risk right now in buying in and adding to, unless, just like we're talking about, it's just long term. And if it's just long term, guys, we talked about this yesterday or the day before. Hotep Jesus said it best. He said, if I could dollar cost average by the block, if he could dollar cost average every 10 minutes, he would. And what it would do is it would put you with the moving average. I mean, it would give you a very true moving average. So when things dump, you're not going to fall off the edge of a cliff if you were literally dollar cost averaging every freaking 10 minutes right now. That's not probably very realistic, but you get the idea. And that's ultimately what that would be. It would be another good opportunity as I see it. So
yeah, right. And the problem is, in the short term, things might not recover just yet, right? Maybe we'll spend a couple of months. Maybe we are entering a bear market, right? And it has coin. And if it does, if this is the true bear market, right? Because that's what everyone's thinking in their mind. Is this the bear market? If it is, it just goes to show you that people only will know the bear market happened when it already happened in hindsight, right? It goes back to everyone thinking things are different, but they're not different. Whether it's the bear market or not, the bear market is also only short term, right? The bear market is not forever. It's going to be what, a year and a half the most before we hit the next Bitcoin's halving event and Bitcoin starts to take off again. So everything is short term when you're thinking in negative price action. The price is only going to go down for the short term. The long term, Bitcoin's always going to go up. It's always going to go up 5 years from now. It's going to be a lot more expensive than what it is today. 10 years from now, it's going to be a lot more expensive than what it is today. And that goes for altcoins too, right? They're all going to get more expensive with time. So dollar cost average and hang in there for the long run. It's, you know, the best non-financial advice you can receive.
Tengo una pregunta para Daniel. Hey, Daniel, ¿por qué tú no crees yo puedo entender, güey? ¿Ah? ¿Ah? Okay. Yeah, we got two Spaniards on the chat. Okay, I'm not a Spaniard, but I do speak. I do listen. Maybe like some heritage that maybe goes back to like a Spaniard somewhere, but actually I think I'm Swedish, so I can't even claim that. But yeah, I do speak a little Espanol. All right, let's see here. So let's
get to it, man. Let's jump into the articles we got. Let's jump into what's happening in the markets, right? The prices are down. Let's jump into what we're seeing with Bitcoin and the world.
Let's check this out. So we're not going to go crazy deep into this article. I'm just going to hit on some of the key things, and then Miguel and I are going to talk about it. So explain, why is the crypto market crashing and what to expect next? Well, you guys all know it's crashing. You've heard people talking about it, but let's really get into what's going on. So tensions between Russia and Ukraine. Miguel, let's go through this piece by piece. Let's start with that one. Tensions between Russia and Ukraine. So ultimately, without going too far into the political landscape, essentially Russia is threatening to invade Ukraine, and our, lovely, I don't even know what you want to call him, but our president, I guess I'll give him that title, as much as I hate giving him that title.
Good old Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, he basically, and I don't know if you heard it or not, Miguel, but it was bad. He basically gave a free pass to Russia to actually encroach upon Ukraine, but not really encroach upon him. He basically said, well, if they invade, they know this, that, and the third is going to be, retribution. There's going to be retribution. There's going to be, hell to pay, essentially, right? But I guess it depends on to what level they encroach upon. He literally says this, and that's not the exact words that he used, but he literally said, hey, if it's not too far of an overstep or too, much of this or whatever, he literally gave Putin, he just said, hey, as long as you don't blow them off the map or whatever, then maybe we can talk about it. And I just, you don't negotiate with freaking terrorists. That's just not how this works, right? When I was in the Marine Corps, one of the things that you learn is just that, if you ever do get captured, right, there are basically two things that you're three: in your name, rank, and your social security number. That's the only things you give up, because guess what? You need to be prepared to die, because we don't negotiate with terrorists. Well, on the other side of things, unfortunately, we have our president basically saying, hey, as long as you don't do too much, we might give you a pass, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. But Miguel, tell me why you think that has a direct effect on the crypto markets right now.
Well, that has an effect on all the markets, right? And at the end of the day, crypto is an investment just like any other, right? Whether it's the stock market or not. And when there's investors with a lot of money in the market and things get unstable around the world geopolitically, then money starts to fly off the markets, and people try to, bring that into cash and play out the events to see if things escalate and get worse, right? Investors like to have a for sure thing, a safe investment. And when there is a lot of turmoil and political things happening in the world, especially with the rumor of war, people take their money off the markets and just try to hold on to it. Some people do it not because of fear, but because of strategic gain. They understand that this does cause fear in the markets, which ends up having the market drop, and they're just waiting for a better entry point into the market. Because at the end of the day, if you look at Robert Kiyosaki, you look at Warren Buffett, you look at any great investor in history, they all talk about it. The most money is made in the moment of a collapse, in the moment of a crash, in the moment of panic. That's what happened in 2008. That's what happened during the fog around the world crash when it first started. Lots of money flows into the markets when things crash. So that's just the way the game is played.
Yeah, and I think it's only temporary as it relates to, if we're talking about war or whatever, right? I think what I'm getting at is, I think that whether it's the stock market, if the stock market drops, just absolutely the bottom falls out and we move into a recession, no doubt crypto will go with it, right? Initially,
for short term,
initially that move will be fast and hard. But the beautiful thing about it, at least in the past, has been that crypto rebounds harder and faster as well. It's just like with the volatility that we have. When the stock market moves 5%, right, crypto moves 25% or whatever. The moves are very exaggerated. But again, as a reminder, that is where the opportunity lies. And we're going to talk about this in a little bit. That's where some trading can come in. That's why we're teaching in the academy right now, trading. That's why Miguel and I are working more and more all the time on trading. That's why we've partnered up with Crypto Jebb on trading, because, though we have our long-term portfolio, we want to be able to be active in the markets as well. And hopefully, I guess we'll see. I've had a trade that just went south on me yesterday, but hey, so did 500.
I mean, it only lasted
500 billion other people, or $500 billion worth of other,
I mean, if there's a record for maybe like hanging on to liquidation, you might be able to have it, because since I saw Spider-Man No Way Home, which came out like on like close to Christmas,
dude,
you put that trade in. So that was like ending of December. You put that trade in, and you've been hanging on to that trade for dear life since then.
You're right. You know what? It's funny. We'll get into this a little bit more.
It was overdue, man. It was overdue.
It was overdue. It really was. I kept holding on and I kept averaging down, but yeah. So I digress. Let's jump back over onto the article. Let's talk about the second. Let's talk about the second thing here. So that's the tensions between Russia and Ukraine. Equity markets also in the red. So we were just talking about that. I'm gonna touch on this though. Elsewhere, the equity markets are also facing a downturn, as seen by after momentarily recovering from the recent spike. The Nasdaq concluded the week in a negative territory, down 2.72% on Friday.
That's a big deal for the stock market, guys. That's a big deal.
Interestingly, the current sentiment on the Nasdaq equity market is weaker than that of the crash that occurred in March of 2020, when the started to have an impact on global market. When looking at the charts, one can see that the market is extremely bearish, with the blue line representing the real price action of Nasdaq Composite and the red line reflecting the actual fear and bearishness in the market at this time. So yeah, guys, literally it shows 2019, 2020, and then 2021. Look at this lowest point down here, right? We literally are lower than we were. If we could draw a straight line, we'd be about like right here. We literally lower than March of 2020. People are incredibly fearful. And
of nothing.
What'd you say? Of what?
Of nothing, because lower than 2020. 2020 was the beginning of the fog around the world, right? Everyone thought the world was ending at that moment. We were all gonna die, and then now there's more fear than that moment in time. Fear of what? What's happening now? Well, Russia and Ukraine. This, by the way, this is not the first time Russia tries to do this thing with Ukraine.
It's not. It is the equity markets. It's interest rates, man. And this is the funny part, Miguel. You'll love this. We right now are saying we trust the Fed that they're going to follow through and do what they've said they're going to do, i.e., raising interest rates 3 times this year. Now, I will tell you, me personally, I do believe they're going to do it because I think they have to, right? But it's funny because we allow that fear, which is what it is, to play into crypto now, combined with the other, elements of what's going on. But we get lied to about freaking everything, it seems like, anymore. So like, why do we trust that they're really going to do this time? I don't know. I don't believe they will.
I don't believe they will.
You think they're gonna? You think they're gonna take their foot off?
I've been saying it. I've been saying it this whole time. I think that they're gonna talk about it, and then when the moment comes, it's either gonna be a nothing burger where they just literally raise it by like nothing of significance, or they start coming out with delays.
Drop a 1 in the chat if you think that we're actually going to do the interest rate hikes as has been talked about, or drop a 2 if you think we got a whole bunch of BS and they are just ultimately, stroking people.
China literally came out on TV explaining why the United States should not do the interest rate hikes and how it would literally destroy the economy.
Wait a minute. Now you're going to trust China?
Oh, I'm not saying I trust China. What I'm saying is that literally it's what I've been saying before, right? We're on our way down the road. We're on a road heading down, right? On an icy road. And now the Fed just says, hey, we're just going to slam the brakes and everything's going to be okay, guys. Don't worry. We had this thing here that we can just pull on it and we'll be fine. That's going to cause a spiral out of control.
I got to tell you, the one thing that I am worried about, and I was actually looking at this today, it wasn't Glassnode, but I forget where it was. But at any event, the whales, like the big whales right now, they're not currently, they're not actively buying right now. And so my thought process,
we have,
now,
go ahead.
Through this drop, they're not. I looked at it. It's not. Well, wallets with over 1,000 Bitcoin are not buying right now. They're just not. And so,
why do you care? Why do you care if the whales over 1,000 are buying or not? There's plenty of whales below 1,000 that are buying.
No, because technically they consider whales with 1,000 BTC or more, Bitcoin whales as 1,000 BTC or more, and so those are the. I mean, we always talk about swimming with the whales. They're not currently buying right now, so that tells me that they either know something that we don't, or that they're anticipating more of a move down, which is why, unfortunately, as I feel awful about doing it, I'm in a short position on Bitcoin right now. I am. I hate to say it, guys, but you heard it here first. I am in a short position on Bitcoin. I'm sure, guys, I did a TikTok earlier today. Here's the deal. The way for you guys to ultimately trade is to listen to what I'm doing and just go the opposite direction. So
exactly, guys. So if his short goes any way like his long with Ethereum went, we are solid, guys. We are 100% solid. You can sleep soundly tonight. We're on the way up real soon. I want to share my screen real quick.
Yeah, good.
Quick. Give me a second here. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Gotcha.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
So here we got miner wallets literally holding. They're not selling their Bitcoin. They're literally holding more Bitcoin than ever.
That's good.
Right? Then over here, we have the hodler's journey. It's a rough ride, guys. It's a rough ride.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get to the good stuff down here. Bitcoin supply is more illiquid right now.
Hold on, before you explain this, Miguel, I agree with you. That all of this is macro bullish. I'm just saying, right this second in the short term, I think we have more. I think we have more to go down. That's
fine though.
Yeah,
that doesn't matter. Why are we focused on the short term, my friend? It's
because
about
we're on YouTube and we talk daily about the crypto market.
We talk daily. That's fine. That's fine. But we need to remind the people that there is no reason to panic. There is no reason to be fearful of what is happening right now. Even if you said whales are not buying, right? Whales with 1,000 or more. There are plenty of other people that have less than 1,000 Bitcoin that are buying Bitcoin, right? We're seeing miners holding Bitcoin. We're seeing Bitcoin illiquid supply continuously growing, even though we are seeing literally a gigantic plummet in price action, but illiquid supply continues to grow. What does that mean? That means that there is not enough Bitcoin supply on exchanges, right? So we're not seeing gigantic inflow of Bitcoin onto exchanges. Like whales, like Nick said, might not be buying. I don't know. I can't confirm that or not right now. But at the end of the day, no one is massively selling Bitcoin off. They're not. Bitcoin supply is still staying locked up.
I totally agree. The other one that I saw, Miguel, was I'm glad you brought that one up. The other one that I saw was 12 to 18 month wallets that have been HODLing for 12 to 18 months is at a 2-year high right now. So what does that tell us? That tells us that people got in within basically a price at or below where we were, have seen the capitulation in May. They've seen what happened at the start of December, and now they've seen this, and they're still holding. So what Miguel is saying is correct. I just want to be clear. We are bullish long term, and that's probably, quite honestly, if you guys, this is probably gonna be a real news flash for you guys. It's probably never going to change, because up and to the right is the macro trend of Bitcoin. This is where cryptocurrencies are headed. This is our future, guys. I genuinely believe that I am going to be able to retire by 2030. Now, before you say it and you think that I had all of this freaking cash flow when I got in, I didn't, right? I think I need to, I need to calculate this, but I really believe, Miguel, that I have less than $75,000 that I've put in. Now, I know people are gonna be like, well, that's a large amount of money. I'm not saying that it's not, right? But what I'm trying to get at is over 5 years, right? Continuing to buy versus what I've been able to accumulate. And what I'm trying to get at is, it is possible, guys, if you're diligent, to continue to accumulate, to continue to accumulate in times like now, are what is going to help be able to do that, because the prices are down. You don't want to be buying at freaking all-time highs. You don't want to be buying at these big local highs where we're at 60 and 69 was the all-time high. Like, that's not what you really want to be doing. But long term, continuing. I mean, it works. It does.
Yeah,
it
I want to bring up a comment that Sean has here. Yeah. Great comment. It says, with falling markets, possible wars, and upcoming midterms, if the economy starts slowing with interest rate hikes, well, interest rate hikes will go out the window and money printing will heat up again. I completely agree with this comment. Man, I agree, right? Because when if a war or some type of military conflict does occur, which is, if you guys need to realize, that is the business that the United States is in. Wars. War makes money, right? Yep. But to get ready for war, they're gonna have to print a lot of money to get new equipment, get things rolling. It's an expensive, investment to get into. So money printing will definitely start heating up again. We're not going to see a big slowdown and hit the brakes on the market with midterms coming up as well, right? No Democrat wants to be running for re-election right now and saying, well, yeah, the economy is literally just tanked.
But hold on. Okay, so listen. So if the deflation starts, people don't truly understand what that means. They don't understand the stagflation that comes before. So look at it this way. You've got the midterms coming up. Here's the flip side of that. This is debate crypto, guys. So this is what you came for, right? So we're going to talk about it a little bit. The flip side of that is you start going to the pump as midterms come up and the prices are lower and they're lower. And you go to the grocery store and they're lower and they're lower. And it's not because the economy is booming. It's because they have throttled off and are pushing us towards deflation. But the average consumer is not going to understand that. They are going to look at it as what it is. They're going to say gas prices are down. And in the short term, it will feel that way and it will look that way. But in the long term, if that continues, we are moving towards, like I've talked about before, the real value of debt increasing. And that's the problem with deflation. If the dollar is worth more, think about how much your mortgage all of a sudden is worth. If the dollar is worth less, your mortgage is at a fixed number and a fixed interest rate, right? You're able to pay that off with a lot less capital as they continue to print. But when the throttle comes off, now all of a sudden that real value of that debt goes up. And that's the problem with deflation. But initially, that's the other side of that. People will feel that things are getting better.
But you got to remember, the gas price is not going to just suddenly drop because they raised
dropping. I mean, it's dropping right now. It's down right now.
Gas price?
Right, for sure. My gas prices are down so I have premium in my vehicle and my gas prices were up over $4 and my gas prices right now are at about $3.68. They are coming down. They really are. And it's part of this. It's part of the whole economic slowdown that's happening. Listen, this could go either way.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I wouldn't put anything past this administration. I wouldn't put somebody jamming a money printer up their own ass and walking around the freaking streets, bending over and farting out dollar bills because it was, beneficial for their campaign trail, right? I wouldn't put anything past this administration. I'm just saying that the slowdown is where it looks like they're trying to head, and I believe that
they just can't. I just don't believe that they can slow down the economy. We are in an economy of spending. We can't slow down our own spending, right? Not the individual person's spending, but the government's spending to get into a slower velocity of money with deflation. We just can't. We're in a way of debt that the only way we pay off debt is with more debt. And the only way we create more debt is by printing more money. So we're in a vicious cycle that we cannot break.
But if we continue to print, we are going to crush the dollar and it will no longer be
But they can crush the dollar slowly, right? With money printing, they can accelerate. They're accelerating money printing and slowing money printing down is fine, but money printing is not going to stop. They can crush it slowly, and that's what it's all about. Delaying the effects, right? How many years does it take? Who knows? Whether it's 50 years or 100 years, but it's all about just keeping your foot on the throttle without ever hitting the actual brakes on the car.
Hey, Daniel actually has quite possibly the funniest, stupidest comment I've ever seen in my entire life. Sleepy Joe said, not because Daniel said it, I'm repeating the part that Sleepy Joe said, that they've accomplished more than accomplished more destruction to the core of our freaking economy and our country and our world relations. Hell yeah, they have. Absolutely. They have accomplished destruction and stupidity, and we live in freaking Narnia. We live in Narnia. We fly around on freaking masked lions now, right? Because that's the way that the world is headed, right? And everybody can be scared of my masked lions. Okay.
In the defense of Sleepy Joe here, I will come to the defense of Sleepy Joe here.
I'm gonna vomit.
It would not have mattered when it comes to the economy, even if we had a Republican in office. It wouldn't have mattered. The money printing would have still happened. A Republican stepping in is just a way of
Miguel is actually lagging out right now. Miguel's
pressure.
lagging out right now. You can't really hear what he's saying. I'm sorry to hear that, guys.
Trust me. There is no politician that can solve the problem that we're in, because it's simple. The Federal Reserve doesn't matter if the administration is blue or red. They're the ones running the whole money printing situation, no matter who's in office. Politicians are just puppets, right? It's just to please the audience, which is us. Okay, now it's time to please the red audience for a few years and keep them nice and calm. Oh, here comes the blue wave. The blue wave is getting a little agitated. Let's calm them out for a little bit.
I can tell you
it's just taking turns.
I can tell you two
what's happening with the economy will continue to happen.
So you're correct to an extent, but I can tell you two things. The first thing is that the sheer amount would have not been what it is. That's the first thing. And second thing is, we wouldn't have been giving $750 million to foreign countries to aid their LGBTQ community. That's a fact, because that is not a conservative approach to anything.
Okay, that's fine. So, that's fine. I'm just saying, but that's just a distraction.
I'm not talking.
It's just a distraction. We wouldn't have spent the money.
Community. This is about us sending out money to other. I don't care what the.
We would have spent it. We would have spent it some other way. It's that simple. It's just pleasing different audiences. Is how do we spend the money in a way that would make one group happy for a short period of time? Everyone. Dude, if you think that any president can come in and make a difference for the country, you're still sleeping, bro.
Well,
you're still sleeping.
Hold on a second.
You're still sleeping.
No. To make a difference, absolutely, dude. Some of the decisions that are made.
All presidents are puppets, bro. They are puppets. But if you agree that they're a puppet, how are you going to believe that they can actually make a personal difference? They're not. They are doing what they are told to do. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, they're not doing it out of personal choice that I'm going to make a difference. It's because the strings are saying, okay, we're going to make you look good. We're going to make you please this group of people. But it's not that the president you're choosing is actually making a difference.
Let me tell you, from being at a minimum 2 terms older than you, right? And I think it's more than that, but at least 2 terms, right? 2 full terms older than you, right? I'm going to tell you right now that there is a remarkable difference. And this isn't about left or right. You're right. It is a puppet. It is absolutely. But there's a remarkable difference in how things are gone about and the things that are pushed for and where the money goes. You are right. It gets spent and spent and spent. And we were already ramping up, and we were in trouble. And in some way, right? Like Canada, for example, they were giving like $2,000 a month for like, I don't even know how long. If somebody's in the chat with Canada, let me know what it was. But they were given a crazy style. So yes, were we going to be printing money? Absolutely. Were we already in trouble? Yes, absolutely. Is it all about the green? Yes, absolutely. But how it's gone about and the overall results, right? They are.
It's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of perspective. It's because you agree and you like the way a Republican spends it, right? When it's a Democrat doing it, Democrats like it that way. So it's just a perspective thing. There is no
chat off here. It's just stuck on the screen now.
Guys, it's all a distraction. It's all a distraction.
Yeah.
None of it is real. None of it is going to please anyone. They're not doing anything for the best interest of the people. They are doing for whatever is the best interest to their own pockets, and it's just about keeping the crowds calm.
So let's talk about it as it relates to crypto. Actually, let me just say one more thing. I heard, and I couldn't independently verify this, but one last thing on that. I heard that as it related to the voting numbers, the number of counties versus the number of people, that like the swing, the difference that happened at the end versus the number of counties, that there weren't even that many people that lived in all of those counties. Like the numbers like don't even mathematically
Talking about the election.
So at any event, I'm not getting into all, I'm just saying, I just thought it was interesting. But look, let's talk about crypto. So yesterday, the day before, Congress met and talked about basically mining, right? They talked about proof of work. And for those of you that are new in the chat, proof of work is ultimately harnessing the power. I'm going to make it really simple. It's harnessing computer power to ultimately produce a yield, and that yield is cryptocurrency, right? So there's a bunch of different assets that get mined proof of work, the biggest one being Bitcoin. And you will hear and have heard for a long time, one of the big FUD things, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that gets tossed in the markets and tossed in the news, is, oh my gosh, Bitcoin uses so much energy. Like, no, it actually doesn't. It uses less than in the entire world than the city of Las Vegas. And before you say it, yeah, Las Vegas uses a lot of power. But guess what? It's nothing compared to what we're talking about, like how it impacts our world, our society, this, that, and the third. And then the big one that I love is all of the dryers in the United States use more,
and the Christmas lights.
And yes, use more power. That's a good one too. Than all the Bitcoin mining in the world. So are we going to stop using Christmas lights, and are we going to stop drying our clothes for the greater good? No, but you know what? It was cool, Miguel. I don't know how much of it you saw. I know you got your baby stuff going on, so you probably missed a lot of it, but they literally were able to talk about how Bitcoin, in the grand scheme of things, because it has such intrinsic value, that it is going to push, because it is advantageous, dollars and cents wise, right?
Yes.
Satoshis wise, to use green energy. And so in a really crazy way, Bitcoin is going to be, and they talked about this, and actually I was really impressed with how it was received, how Bitcoin pushes for us to push out and use more green energy than ever before, harnessing the power of volcanoes, right? Water power, wind power, all solar power, all of these other alternatives are brought up and talked about. Dude, it was actually like a productive passive aggressive, albeit passive aggressive, but it was a productive passive aggressive conversation. It was.
Yes, because people got to realize this. Companies only do things when it's interesting to them, right? Like an iPhone. Why do they sell you the same iPhone every year with just a minor change? Why don't they sell you an iPhone that has a big change between 1 year and the next? Why? Because they know that if they can sell you that same iPhone 5 times with one feature different every single time, is more money for them than they just sold you one iPhone with all 5 features in it at the same time. So they keep you on the hook longer, right? Bitcoin does not allow that to be the mentality when it comes to mining Bitcoin, because they can't wait. They can't say, well, we have this miner and we're going to just keep selling you really shitty miners for the next 5 years, because miners are saying, no, I need something that will cost me the least amount of power to mine this Bitcoin to keep as much profit as possible. So it really incentivizes companies to say, hey, if I'm going to compete against this other mining company, or if I'm going to compete against this other producer of miners, I need to make my miners more efficient than their miners. And automatically all the miners will go to my factory, buy out my product versus the other product that's being sold on the
other side,
product line or whatever
from the other company. Yes.
So it incentivizes green energy. It incentivizes always better and better technology, which is then involved in other things, right? Cars, and the world is going green because climate change and so forth and so on.
Yeah. So that's a totally different topic. But yeah, so guys, listen, the reality is that Bitcoin does have an opportunity to be a savior of sorts, right? It doesn't need to be the world reserve currency. What it needs to do is prove to the legacy financial system. It's not even prove, because I believe they already know, but essentially take its place in its position as it relates to our financial infrastructure in the United States and the rest of the world, and basically hold that position and hold it strong. And as we get farther and farther away from 2009, as Bitcoin is more and more of just basically a boring cryptocurrency, as that happens, right, the stability and the volatility will start to slow down. It will be something that will just be kind of an everyday thing. But right now, it's scary because these people don't understand it. And so when they have these meetings talking about proof of work mining, and they're asking to have it explained, and you start talking to somebody about figuring out a hexadecimal, basically hash, like the hash rate, used to try to start explaining that to someone, and their mind is kind of like, huh? And then what? And then how? Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I think it's very productive that they're, at least the fact that they're talking about it is freaking huge. It's huge. I want to touch something real quick.
Yeah, dude, I saw that comment and made me laugh.
At this rate, Solana will be free on Sunday. Hey, listen, Patricio, if Solana is free on Sunday, I am buying. I am going to be in. And Cardano is going to be free on, oh, look at this. We got to play on words over here. Juggernaut, look at this. ADA will be free on Sunday with an E for Sunday swap. Man, I love it, bro. I love the I love the play on words there, guys. So, hey guys, if you think that Bitcoin needs to move to proof of stake at some point, drop a 1 in the chat. If you think we're just fine with proof of work, drop a 2. And guys, just real quick, I want to say this just as an aside. When we always do the drop a 1, drop a 2 in the chat, it's because it is the easiest thing for you to do. I'm not trying to ask somebody to type me a freaking thesis statement on why they think one thing or the other. It's a very quick way for us to basically temperature check the chat and see what you guys are thinking, see where your mind's at, and whatnot. And hey, while we're at it, guys, we got 51 people in here. First of all, thank you all for being here. Make sure that you guys are subscribed. Make sure that you guys have liked the stream. That's huge. And guys, tomorrow is Sunday. We have, as always, we have a private seminar tomorrow with the Academy. And we're going to be giving away, I don't think we're going to do it tomorrow, but we are giving away a year of Market Cipher coming up soon to somebody in our Academy. And guys, there's a bunch of people that are in the chat right now that will vouch and tell you that the Academy is where it's at. We would love to have you. If you, here's our thesis, right? Is we want to empower you through education to ultimately be able to make better decisions in crypto, period. So what we want to do is continue to educate so that you can make better decisions. We're not going to make decisions for you, but we want to come alongside you, right? Because ultimately, it's you that has to pull the trigger. It's you that has to click the mouse. It's you that has to wake up in the middle of the night and feel whatever it is you feel when you take a look at your portfolio, right? Side note, you don't need to look at your portfolio every night when you get up to go to the bathroom if you're old like me. But I digress. Maybe some of you don't get up to use the bathroom, but hey, old guy, boomer.
I sleep soundly at night, bro.
Yeah,
I don't look at the portfolio. I don't ever look at the portfolio.
When you get to my old age and your beard starts to get a little silver fox going on, you'll understand what I mean. Carlos Garcia says 3. So what are you saying, Carlos? What do you plan on doing? Do you plan on doing like what's one of the other options that they have? Proof of
history.
Proof of history.
I think that's what Solana has, proof of history.
Yeah, except for the history shows it shutting down multiple times. That's
you guys want quick and easy, right?
Oh, shoot. Let me see here. Let me check something, Miguel. Let me pull this back up real quick. I think there was still, we went out into left field. And then I'm going to show my leverage trade here in just a second, guys. We're going to show you something on Femex just as a reminder. Actually, I'll get into that in a minute. Let's see. Extreme fear in the markets. This was the last thing I wanted to talk about. So the fear and greed index, guys, here, 13. Okay. That thing goes up to 100, by the way, just a Side note there, right? So we happen to be. It's kind of like we're basically at. And I think that the arrow should actually be like right here. I think we're like at an 1/8 of a tank, or maybe a 16th of a tank if this was your gas tank, right? This is like, hey, we need gas. Find an exit because we need some freaking gas. But the great thing is,
I just want to say I drive my car on empty all day, every day. So
do you know? Hold on a second. Are you serious?
Oh yeah, I'm serious.
Do you know?
I have driven
stress that puts on me. It's hearing you say that.
Listen to this. I would drive last year. I would drive from my house to about an hour and away to my job. I would go with the last two little lines, right? The little digital clock, the last two little things. They would disappear as I was on the highway to get to my job. And I would drive on. Dude, I live on the edge. So if that thing is dropping to zero,
living on the edge, that's stupidity. There's a difference.
Dude, it's fine. My car runs on hopes and dreams, just how I do with Bitcoin, right? Hopes and dreams, baby. 2030.
Miguel just put his gas tank in line with his hopes and dreams on Bitcoin, guys. Just by the way.
No, I'm just saying that it looks terrible. It looks like it's gonna end. It looks like, oh my God, this is it, but it's not. It keeps on going. And that's the message I'm trying to get to. No matter how doom and gloom it looks like, I've been stuck in traffic with no gas lights on. They're gone. The car is flashing like gas right now. You got like 5 miles to go before you run out of gas. And I've been stuck with an accident on the highway, stuck there. And I'm said, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be fine. And I've made it, my friend. Never been left stranded on the highway. So no matter how much doom and gloom it looks like, there is still more gas in the tank. Gosh. There is always more gas in the tank.
That's hilarious. Let me touch on this real quick because Daniel's looking to sign up, it looks like. So Daniel, so it's $59 a month. You're not committed for any amount of time. It's month by month. We'd obviously love to have you, love to keep you. But ultimately, when you get in there, we've got Crypto 101, which is a whole bunch of videos, and we actually keep adding to that a whole bunch of videos that take you from zero to hero, as we like to tell you. We have all of our old seminars, or not all of them. We have a lot of our old seminars that you can go through. There's anything
the best of
taking DeFi, like all of those seminars. And then we have the Telegram chat, which is freaking awesome. And then we have every Sunday, we have a private seminar. Like tomorrow, we have a seminar where we do three things. We teach a subject. We teach an idea. Right now, we've been doing trading stuff. So we teach a trading idea. We show a new protocol or introduce a new protocol or a new game or a new idea or a new project or something. We introduce something new. And then thirdly, we do open forum for anything that you guys are struggling with, any questions you have, spitballing ideas off of each other. And as far as the one-on-one goes, an actual one-on-one, that's something totally separate. But I have been known to be walking into Target, setting up someone's hardware wallet with them on Telegram. So I mean, or on the phone on through Telegram. So yeah, we try to give you as much one-on-one as we can, and we're always on there chatting. So we would
just want to address the chat. E does stand for extra fuel. Just letting you know, it is reserves, extra fuel. You got extra time, guys. So even though this, fear and greed looks like we're hitting empty and it might be over for crypto, there is still more gas left in the tank. It can keep on going. We will make it, guys. We will make it.
That's what I want to tell you right here. Don't call me to pick you up because you have the
never
money,
have, never will
in your tank. Okay, so I just want to
never have, never will. We will make it, my friends. We will make it.
You know what? I think that's a really funny but interesting way of looking at that. As much as I think it's a really funny, statement to make. I don't ever live like that. That would stress me out just immensely. Well, but that in relation to Bitcoin is fantastic, right? But here's my question. How many times have you, be honest, how many times have you actually run out of gas? Do you think? Never.
Zero. I have never been stranded because I didn't run out of gas. Dude, look, I'm going to tell you where this story originates from, why I originated this way. When I was in high school, no, I lie. When I graduated high school and I got my first job, right? It was 2011, right? I graduated high school in 2011. And back then, gas was about $5. Right when I started really driving, gas was around $5
because we were. Yeah. Got you.
So I would have to drive. I had a minimum wage job. Minimum wage back then was like my first job, I was an advanced auto parts. I made $7.71. $5 was 1 gallon, my guy. So that means I would have to drive. I would have to work an entire hour just to afford 1 gallon of gas. So I would literally put $10 of gas, and that would have to be enough for the entire week for me to go to work and come back and and try to save some money. And that's where that habit came from. My car would literally be driving on empty, right? Like it was like the needle was breaking the bottom line, and I was like, "You got to make it, buddy. You still got another day to go." Right? So that's just the way it was, and I never, I'm being 100% honest, ever was left on the side of the road. And it just brought to my attention that this fear that, oh my God, it's coming close to the E. That's it. Like, I need to put gas right now is not real. There is more gas left in the tank.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. There is more gas.
I'll be interested to see, if we actually, so let me pull this up. So guys, now full disclosure, I feel some type of way about doing what I'm about to show you. Okay. But I want to show it to you anyway. Reminder, as I pull this up, the next, I don't even know how many people left can still do it, but $20. I'm going to pull up Themex here in just a second, and you can spot trade. You don't have to leverage trade. Okay. But the next 50 people, there's probably less than that now, but you get $20 for free if you sign up and deposit anything. Doesn't even matter what you deposit. You can deposit anything, and you can practice trading, whatever you want to do with it. It takes about 24 to 48 hours to actually get in your trading account, and it's free. So, all right, so check this out. So I feel really weird about this, but I am shorting Bitcoin right now. Okay. Now, let me.
But I wouldn't be surprised. You do hold XRP, so.
Oh my God. So ultimately, guys, let's take a look at Bitcoin. So
the blasphemy just continues.
I don't want to look at a 5-minute chart. Hold on a second. Let me look at the daily. We'll start with the daily anyway. Ooh, oh, daggone it! It'd be really nice if I could work the charts here. That'd be super.
Just
sweet.
Same way as TradingView. There you go.
Yeah, I just don't know why it won't let me use the wheel on my mouse for some reason in here like I do in TradingView. But in any event, we are headed down, and ultimately, if you look down here, I can show you. Here's the order. It's not a big order, a couple $100, 5x leverage, small, just a small little trade here, right? But ultimately, the entry point was 35,025. Excuse me. The mark price, for those of you that don't know what that is, that's what is the price right now. So it's at 34,863, and that keeps moving because obviously it's changing. The liquidation price, that's the price at which I would lose the entire trade, is up at 43,528. Because for those of you that don't understand, on a short, excuse me, you are essentially, to make it really simple, betting that the price goes down. Okay. On a long, it's, betting on the price to go up. And then it shows my margin. This is I'm 5x, right? So that's my leverage. Okay. So it's like trading with 5 times the amount that I have here, right? And then I have a stop loss set at 36,918. And so I just wanted to kind of show you I'm short on a Bitcoin position, and it hurts me. It hurts me to tell you that, because here's the deal. Long term, I know Bitcoin's going to win. I believe in Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I've got a nice little bit of Bitcoin. I've got a bunch of ETH. I've got a bunch of other stuff, right? Here's what it is. We are teaching trading in the academy right now because the reality is, if we are in a bear market, or if we are going to continue to go down or stay down, the thing that you can do actively besides just dollar cost average, a lot of people want to be active. They want to be actually doing something. And so you can trade. Okay. Is it dangerous? Yes. Do the majority of people lose? Yes. If anyone ever tells you that leverage trading, especially leverage trading, is like some freaking fantastic idea for somebody brand new to crypto, they are lying to you. Okay. It is dangerous, right? Most people do lose, but actively, right? we can be, and you don't need to do leverage either, by the way, but we can actively trade and be involved, and I can make money with the price going up or down. So if my whole portfolio is going to be shrinking, I'm trying to take my trading portfolio and grow that so that I can buy more Bitcoin. So ultimately, guys, it's not that I'm hurting, I mean, yeah, shorts obviously do bring the price of Bitcoin down. I get it, yada, yada, yada. But what I'm trying to say is I am working towards the greater good by stacking more Bitcoin off of my profits. So, yeah.
Yeah, guys, if you can learn how to trade and have a HODL portfolio, that's the greatest part of both worlds, right? Trading is a great asset, a great skill to have as an asset in your reserves to be able to trade. Trading can always make you money quick and easy on the short term. HODLing is for the long term investing, and it's all up depending on what you like, right? If you like being active, trading is the best way to be. If you don't really care about being active, then don't worry too much about trading and just dollar cost average and HODL, all the way.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to see what happens. Sean has been, it's been Sean. I told you this earlier. I think it was Sean and one other person, but I told you Sean had been calling me sensei, which I really like. It's like somebody kind of rubbing my shoulders, calling me sensei. I love it, Sean. You can keep that up. But yeah, I am. I'm shorting Bitcoin right now, guys. Listen. It's not that I don't believe in Bitcoin in the long term. It's that in the short term,
it's that he holds XRP, guys, and that gives him some toxic mentality every once in a while.
More carnage coming. Unfortunately, it's not something that I'm excited
guys,
about.
More carnage. Oh, we're gonna drop to 28 from 35. Oh no!
But listen, if we drop from 35 to 28, if we do drop there, right? That is a 20% move at 5x leverage. I'm $200 richer, my friend.
Guys, there you have it, guys. There you guys have it.
You heard it here.
There you guys have it. $200, guys.
Oh man. Yeah. So at any event, guys, we are here to support you either way. And in the long run, you guys know
in the long run, this is just a drop and another opportunity to dollar cost average. We've been here before. We drop to these low prices. Everybody freaks out. Nobody wants to buy. Then when we hit a new all-time high, everyone says, man, do you think it's going to drop again? When do you think it's going to drop? Because that time, I'm really going to buy. This time, I'm going to buy. I didn't believe it last time. And then same vicious cycle. We hit a new all-time high. They pray for new low prices. They get them and they say, well, hold on. I'm not buying just yet because we're going to go lower. And I'll just keep waiting for that lower. And they never buy the bottom. They never sell the top. They don't do nothing. They just sit on the sideline complaining. And in between, they're buying tops and selling bottoms. So I see these moments as a great welcomed opportunity for us people that are not rich, that don't have thousands and thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to be buying up all the Bitcoin and Ethereum out there, to be able to dollar cost average at low prices and just be able to accumulate a little bit more and just a little bit more.
Guys, we're gonna win long term. We're going to win long term. Listen, we're going to win because you smash the like button. We're going to win because one of you or 10 of you or 100 of you are going to get signed up in the Debate Crypto Academy. We're going to win because we're going to continue to get educated. We're going to win because Bitcoin's going to turn back around and move up at some point here before too long. We're going to win because we've dollar cost averaged all the way down and back up. We're going to win because we learned how to take profits. We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to win, right? And that's not me just putting some positive spin on anything. These are all the things that I just mentioned are things that you can do to lift up and bring up your portfolio, right? The more you can put yourself in an educated position, the more you can understand trading, the more you can understand fundamentals, the more you can understand institutional investing, the more you can understand as it relates to actually Bitcoin itself, the more you can understand about reading a book like the Bitcoin Standard, right? The more you can do to get yourself in a position to win. And winning long term in crypto is actually done pretty simply. Miguel and I have both done it by hodling. I mean, literally, again, I'm just saying that is a strategy. That is a strategy.
The best strategy. There is no better strategy.
It works. It works. So Crypto fam, listen, we love each and every one of you. If nobody's told you that before today, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys spending time with us. Look forward to seeing the DCA fam tomorrow on Sunday. We've got some good stuff to go over then. And the rest of the Crypto fam, hey, thanks again for the support. Make sure you smash the like before you get out of here. And until next time, HODL.